Madam Agnes is a business mogul, a woman who have made a name for herself in the sales of hair. Talk of luxury hair, talk of Madam Agnes. Her empire started as a small shop in Lekki, Nigeria, where she sold collection of luxury wigs, human hair and lots more. The celebrities in Lagos, the high and mighty, always crowded her shop to buy their hair. Her hair designs are always the latest trends. Her unique styles, though expensive, have earned customers amongst the high and mighty. As her business continued to expand, she contracted a production factory in China, where her unique brand of hair was made. Madam Agnes' links continued to grow until she had an outlet in US, Canada, and UK. But her business success was greeted by many lapses in her home front. Her husband, Chief William, a very rich man who worked in the bank, stopped at nothing to make his marriage with Madam Agnes work. But things began to fall apart when Madam Agnes began to travel abroad for her business engagements. She found the exposure of her numerous travel quite fascinating and began to ignore her role as his wife. On one occasion, Chief William called his wife for a heart-to-heart conversation. "Argue, my love. So you are choosing divorce over our marriage commitment because of your business?" "Yes, of course. My business is more important than any marriage. Oh. Sign the divorce paper and free me, please. Let me face my business and enjoy life to the fullest. This marriage commitment is nothing but bondage in disguise." That was how Madam Agnes and her husband, Chief William, became legally divorced. Madam Agnes saw herself free to explore both her business and other relationship, while Chief Williams saw his wife crumbling under his very eyes. He wept for days like a baby for the love of his life. His friend, Mr. Tony, who came to his house, spoke words of comfort to him, saying, "Tony, my dear friend, you have done your best. You started business for your wife and supported her multiple times, but now she had tasted a bigger success than you and now sees your marriage relationship as a burden. Life goes on." Mr. Williams tried to take the custody of his only child, Jude, but Madam Agnes will not hear of it. But yet she does not have time for Jude. From China to Dubai to US and the whole of Europe, Jude was left with plenty of house helps and nothing mattered in Jude's upbringing except for money. He was given no morals, no instructions. There was no scolding or flogging. He was just left to himself. Jude always explores anything his heart tells him. At the age of 7, Jude was already sexually active, trying to practice what he saw in the pornographic pictures he watched on his phone with his classmates, Imad. Every time Jude got into a messy situation, Madam Agnes will lease out a large sum of money, commanding her personal assistant to go clear the mess. He was never corrected or reprimanded. When he was 14-year-old was when he got the first girl pregnant. Her name is Ifoma. As her stomach became bigger, her parents brought her over to Madam Agnes' house. Madam Agnes was still far away in Dubai on one of her business trips. She commanded her PA, Mrs. Monica, to clear the mess. Mrs. Monica moved into action immediately. She owned up to Ifoma's parents. "We are really sorry for what happened there. It's children's behavior." Instead of putting pressure on her, "You don't have to worry. We'll make sure she's comfortable. We'll also take care of her antenatal until she's successfully put to bed." Ifoma's parents thought she was in the right hand. They allowed Madam Agnes' driver come and pick her up for her antenatal. They treated Ifoma with utmost kindness and care, even booking extra tutors to take her on what she might have missed as a result of the pregnancy. But on the second antenatal, Ifoma was taken to the family doctor. Ifoma was given abortion pills without her knowledge. On reaching home, she started bleeding profusely and lost the pregnancy. The doctor was paid handsomely and the mess was cleared. The next day, her PA, Miss Monica, called Madam Agnes. "Madam Agnes, just to inform you that the mess had been cleared. Mission successful." That was how Madam Agnes always clears Jude's mess from wherever she was. Every single girl that got pregnant for Jude while in high school ended up losing their pregnancy after their second visit to Madame Agnes's family doctor. They would lose the pregnancy thinking they had just had a miscarriage, without knowing that part of the drugs the doctor gave them in the name of antenatal drugs were abortion pills. Even while at university, Jude continued with his wild lifestyle with girls. This time around, he would usually give them money to clear the mess. One of the girls, Ada, really stuck to Jude. While Jude studied biology, Ada was in the sociology department. Ada thought she had fallen in love when she met Jude. What Ada failed to understand was that Jude was not in for love. He despised the thought of relationships and commitment. She stuck to Jude like a moth, aborting pregnancies for him every 3 months. Jude, on the other hand, does not care about Ada. He only sees her as one of his sex toys. He has dreams of other girls. Oh, how the girls loved Jude in his university days. He even brings them home to his mother's house. Sometimes, 2 of the girls will meet together at his mother's house. They will fight each other, tearing their clothes. Jude will stand at the balcony upstairs in his mother's mansion, enjoying the moment, and most times will post the picture of the fighting girls on his TikTok, Instagram, and even WhatsApp. He will post their picture with the caption, #2girls fight dirty for King Jude. Madam Agnes was so proud of him. My son is so handsome that campus girls come here and fight for him. He is so handsome and so sweet. These girls wouldn't let him be. Jude was a manipulator and a sweet talker. When he met Chioma, it was the same story. He knew that he was not in for a serious relationship with the girls, but will toast them, following them up, and even bringing them to his mother's house. After he met Chioma, a second-year student of microbiology department, he proposed to her a week after they met. He brought her to his mother's mansion. This is your future home, Chi. Just relax and enjoy. Chioma felt at home. She even called her parents, telling them she had met her future husband. Chioma's parents waited to eternity to meet their future in-laws, but they saw no one. Before 3 months, Chioma had aborted 2 pregnancies for Jude. One day, Chioma had come to pay Jude a visit when she met 2 girls fighting because of him. They had torn each other's clothes and were wearing just their underwears as they fought. Jude was standing at the balcony upstairs, laughing and taking videos of the girls. Chioma was devastated. She simply turned back and went back to her hostel. She cried herself to sleep, blaming herself for giving her virginity to such a useless man. As years progressed, Jude was soon done with his university education. He did his clearance and was posted to Udem Community Girls Secondary School. His driver, Mr. Okafor, dropped him off to Udem Girls Secondary School compound. Madam Agnes was delighted to have her son graduate from the high institution. Hope you have everything you will ever need, Madam Agnes asked as she funded his account with some extra millions. As he was dropped off, he walked into the school compound, exuding a sense of pride and importance. Talk of a man who was handsome and knows that he's really handsome, then you're talking about Jude. It took only but a week before Corper.Jude became popular. He became the most popular Corper in Udem community. He was known for his charms and good looks. His alluring appearance made him an object of desire for many young women in the community. Jude was not only handsome with features that seemed sculpted by his hands, with a jawline that was well defined and a chiseled, complimented face, as he always wore an alluring smile wherever he went. His skin was radiant with a natural glow that hinted at vitality and good health. Jude had a reputation for being a ladies' man, and he took full advantage of it, and was fully aware of his captivating features. He arrived Udem village determined to continue his romantic escapades with girls. Jude knows himself as a conqueror. Most often than not, he always conquers any girl he decides to, with a few exceptions. During the welcome party at Udem Community Girls, Corper.Jude's welcome speech was far more captivating than anything the girls have ever heard. His charm, his eloquence, and his smoothness mesmerized the girls so much. All the students were in awe of him. Majority of the girls were more than eager to have another section full of Corper.Jude's wit. By the end of the orientation class, Sandra, Chioma, and Susan were full of plans. Each one of the girls had similar plans. They want to get closer to Corper.Jude and to become his girlfriend at any cost. Each one of them had their secret plans, though they were friends, but each of their plans for Corper.Jude were unknown to each other. Getting to be Corper.Jude's girlfriend will make me the slay queen amongst slay queens, Susan thought to herself. On Monday, the classes were to begin in earnest. Jude's position as the biology teacher, as well as his wit and charm, have made his plan for another escapade even more easier. Sandra, Chioma, and Susan were known for their striking beauty and their impeccable fashion sense, which made them the center of attention wherever they went. While Chioma believed that she is the first female doctor the village of Udem will have, Susan and Sandra believed that they were the first lawyers in the making. This belief gave them a sense of superiority. They often strutted through the hallways with the air of confidence and their heads held high. However, their beauty and confidence came with a downside. They treated other girls with disdain and cruelty. Known as the most beautiful trio, they often made remarks about other girls' appearances, mocking their outfits and excluding them from social gatherings. Their behaviors created an atmosphere of fear and insecurity amongst their peers. But their fame in Udem Community Girls' School was often challenged by the three sharp girls, another group which was a rival group against the most beautiful trio. They often challenged each other, each group undermining the confidence of the other. They spread rumors about each other, made fun of each other, and challenged each other's superiority. As soon as Corper.Jude resumed work as the new biology teacher, both the beautiful trio and the three sharp girls clamored for his attention. They all dreamt about him as they competed amongst themselves for his attention. Corper.Jude silently noticed the competition amongst themselves and was intrigued with how easy it would be for him to get through to them. His first biology class was a class to remember. He taught them with such an energy. He taught them about the glands and hormones. The estrogen is the hormone primarily responsible for the development of the female sex characteristics, such as the development of the breasts, widening of the hips, and so on. He went on and on. He occasionally paused and looked at one of the girls, eyeball to eyeball, flinking his eyes in a very captivating way at Chioma. Chioma's heart skipped a beat. He smiled, smacked his hip, and then said, "So, can you tell me the function of estrogen in your body, young lady?" Chioma stood up, danced from side to side, and said, "It's for the development of the breasts and the widening of the hips." "Very correct, miss." "Chioma, sir," Chioma replied him. "It seems you're a very bright student. What do you want to study at the college?" "Medicine, sir," came Chioma's reply. "See me after class for some extra classes. You can't study medicine without knowing your biology very well." "Can you?" he asked the class. "No, you can't," they echoed. In fact, whether you're a science student or an art student, biology remains at the core of your career. He also gave them some homework and appointed Chioma as the class rep for biology. Chioma's heart skipped a beat. What she had been longing for has finally come to pass. By Friday, Chioma took the assignment book to Corper.Jude's office, but Sandra and Susan wanted to go with her. "We want more of your encouragement and lessons," they volunteered. "There will be an extra class for those who want to understand biology deeper. This lesson holds every Wednesday and Friday at my lodge, and it's for you and your friend," Corper.Jude informed Chioma. This made the beautiful trio, who always held their head high, to hold their heads even higher. Every morning, the cats walked across the school like ostriches. Indeed, Corper.Jude's attention have confirmed what they have always upheld, that they are the most beautiful girls in Udem Community Girls' School. As they resumed the private lesson, they got to know a lot more about Corper.Jude. He showed them his mother's mansion, his fleet of cars, and some vacations he has taken. "I'm sure that before I go, I'll be able to take one of you girls on a vacation. You know what I mean." The sharp three, Ada, Beauty, and Regina, also made their own undercover arrangements. "We want an evening lesson with you too, but we prefer to come on Saturdays. We would like our lessons to be in private. We wouldn't come on the same day as the other girls. Saturday, Corper.Jude answered back. Okay, let me check my calendar. He glanced at the calendar on his phone. Okay, that will be fine. Anything to make you better in my subject, he volunteered. Corper.Jude soon became the talk of the entire Udem community. This handsome man is God sent. All our girls are really serious with their studies nowadays, some of the elders said. The girls mingling with Corper.Jude did not go unnoticed. The biology mistress observed all that had been going on. How the girls hovers around Corper.Jude like flies. Go home, girls, and stop all this private tutor nonsense with the copper. He is a man and you are girls. Keep a respectable distance with him. But both the beautiful trio and the sharp three laughed it off. This biology mistress above 40 years and with no man. How will she know what it means to be in love? Chioma thought to herself. She's a dry bone, and Corper.Jude can never notice someone like her or do anything with her. Let her go and rest, Jerry, Sandra said. Then one day, Miss Oladipo's suspicion became true. She was still teaching biology in the other class when two girls ran outside, close to the school fence. They stood there, vomiting. They were sick, very sick. At the school clinic, a lot of tests were carried out, and it was discovered that the two girls were pregnant. The principal, Mrs. Mado, was mad at the entire girls. She ordered that all the girls undergo a comprehensive test. That same day, 4 more girls were discovered to be pregnant. So who is responsible for these pregnancies? The principal demanded to know from both Chioma, Sandra and Susan, known as the Beautiful Trio, and Ada, Beauty and Regina, known as the Sharp Three. It's Corper.Jude, chorused the 6 of them. I have been making an announcement for this reign, and now here it comes, Miss Oladipo, the biology mistress said. I have been warning you girls every day concerning lurking around Corper.Jude's lodge, the name of extra biology classes, and you girls will not listen. Now 6 of you are pregnant. Pregnant for one man. Back at their various homes, the parents were mad at each of the girls. We sent you to school to go and learn, and here you are with pregnancy. The whole community was indignant at Corper.Jude. So this is how you are, Corper.Jude. You are here to come and ruin our girls' future by putting them into the family way when they are not yet ready. But why are these villagers taking this small thing as though it's a big deal? He sent words across to his driver, who brought some abortion pills for him. He secretly went to give it to each of the girls, encouraging them to drink it and get rid of the baby. But what if complication arises drinking these abortion pills? We have been deceived the first time. To fall for the second time is foolishness, Chioma advised the other girls, who now sees themselves in the same boat and has kept their beef aside. 6 of them agreed and showed their parents the abortion pills. Their parents was at the community general hospital. They showed it to their doctor, who recognized the drugs as abortion pills. Their parents, who were formerly mad at Corper.Jude's action, were now very mad at him. They went calling the police, who bundled him into their custody. But why are these people behaving like this? Asked Corper.Jude. I did nothing wrong. I just impregnated the girls. Is it a crime? The police soon charged Jude to court. There, Jude was convicted and sentenced to 5 years in prison. It was there at the court he was made to understand the magnitude of his offense. Impregnating children who are still below 18 is a crime, punishable under law. But nobody told me, worried Corper.Jude, that you are ignorant of the law does not mean you can't be convicted if you commit a crime against the law. Hey friends, what did you learn from Corper.Jude's story? I learned that young girls should keep respectable distance from their male teachers. Secondly, parents should train their children in the way of the Lord. No amount of money should take the place of moral upbringing of your child. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the comment section below and kindly subscribe as we load you with more interesting and educative tales at African Tales by Amanda.